And, everyone does not have the best motives. And there might be people that are asking you to do things that don't have the right motive for you, that are being selfish. So we need to be smart in this area and protect our boundaries. When you say no to people that are used to you saying yes, guess what's going to happen? I mean, I've been there, okay? And a lot of people don't like that you're putting up boundaries, because in some ways they like to manipulate you. I'm just being real. Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to Healthy Living, Spirit, Soul, and Body. So today we're going to be talking about boundaries part 2. And I realized that sometimes there are subconscious things that we're believing that kind of trip us up, that cause us to let down our boundaries when we really shouldn't. But it's really important to get down to the root. What is it? What are some lies that you're believing that cause you to let down your boundaries? What are some myths that you're believing that allow you to inadvertently let bad things into your boundaries? There's 3 myths that we're going to be talking about. One is the myth that if I put up boundaries, I'm selfish, okay? The second myth is if I put up boundaries, then I'm being disobedient. Like if somebody's an authority figure and they don't want me to put up boundaries in a certain area, if I put up boundaries, then it's a sign of disobedience. And the third thing is if I put up boundaries, I'm going to be hurt by other people based on rejection. They're not going to accept my boundaries, this kind of thing. So those are 3 kind of fears that kind of trick us into not having healthy boundaries. And really the most important thing that you really need in your life to continue to be healthy emotionally and not live with all kinds of drama is to have healthy boundaries. So let's talk about those 3 myths. The smarter we are to pick up on those things in ourselves, the better off we're going to be. So here we go. So again, I'm getting my information from Henry Cloud's and John Townsend's book, Boundaries, okay? So I just want to read you a little bit from their book regarding the first myth, which is, if I set boundaries, I'm being selfish. So it says, so Teresa, shaking her head, said, how can I set limits on those who need me? Isn't that living for me and not for God? Teresa was voicing one of the main objections to boundary setting, for a deep-seated fear of being self-centered. So the book continues and says, appropriate boundaries actually increase our ability to care about others. People with highly developed limits are the most caring people on earth. A helpful way to understand setting limits is that our lives are a gift from God. Just as a store manager takes good care of the shop for its owner, we are to do the same for our souls. If a lack of boundary causes us to mismanage the store or mismanage our lives, the owner has a right to be upset with us. And doesn't that paint a totally different picture about boundaries? We are to develop our lives, abilities, feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. Our spiritual and emotional growth is God's interest on His investment in us. When we say no to people and activities that are hurtful to us, we are protecting God's investment. As you can see, there's quite a difference between selfishness and stewardship. Okay, so the second myth is that if I keep boundaries, it's a sign of disobedience. This issue keeps people trapped in endless activities for other people. Certain people that might be, your boss or your parent or all kinds of other people that are part of your family or part of your life, don't want you to say no, okay? And really, that's not reality. In reality, and with healthy boundaries, you have to be able to say no, because you need to protect yourself. And, everyone does not have the best motives, and there might be people that are asking you to do things that don't have the right motive for you, that are being selfish. So we need to be smart in this area and protect our boundaries and be free to say no to who we need to say no to. And here's the other thing too, and this is really subtle, but we need to do things for other people with the right motives. So say, somebody asks me to help them, for instance, and I say yes, and I really want to say no, okay? I'm saying yes because maybe I feel guilty, or I'm saying yes because I won't look good if I say no, and all kinds of different reasons. We need to have pure motives when we say yes to things. We must always say yes out of a heart of love. When our motive is fear, we're not really loving. Okay? So that's that puts a lot of responsibility on us, doesn't it? But it's healthy. Okay? And we really should only be saying yes when we're doing it out of love, not because we're doing it out of fear or we're doing it out of compliance. You want to say no when you need to say no, and you want to say yes for the right reasons and for the right motives. And this last one is a biggie. This is, if I begin to set boundaries, I'm going to be hurt, okay? And, you may be hurt. When you say no to people that are used to you saying yes, guess what's going to happen? I mean, I've been there, okay? And a lot of people don't like that you're putting up boundaries, because in some ways they like to manipulate you. I'm just being real, okay? And we cannot control how other people react to us. We have to say no when we have to put up boundaries, regardless of how other people are going to respond. Okay, it's just the way it is, because we cannot control other people's actions, but we can control ourselves. And we have to remember what we talked about, being good stewards. We have to be a good steward over our life and over our time and over our destiny. And we have to be free to say no, and we have to be free to not care how other people are going to how other people are going to respond when we put up boundaries. Here's the thing too, this is really insightful. Henry Cloud says, boundaries are a litmus test for the quality of our relationships. The people in our lives who can respect our boundaries will love our wills, our opinions, and our separateness. Those who can't respect our boundaries are telling us that they do not love our no. They only love our yes and our compliance. Okay, so do you see what I mean? It's a litmus test to see how genuine your friendships are, how much the other people in your life really respect you and respect your boundaries. So I hope you enjoyed this video for today. I hope it really helped you see how you can be getting so easily tripped up about boundaries, okay? I mean, I know it's happened to me, where all of a sudden I say, how in the world did I get in such a place where I'm getting so involved in drama, where everybody's pulling at me? I don't have my own time. I don't have my own space, and I'm being drained in every way possible. It's because I let down my boundaries. So it's good to go back, in a sense, and say, all right, how did this get in? What lie and what myth am I believing that got me tripped up, and that allowed me to put down my boundaries when I shouldn't have? I hope this helped you to maybe get yourself free and take a stand and put up some boundaries for yourself, so you can get healed, get emotionally healthy, and really live a life that's going to go according to your dreams and desires and God's plan for your life, okay? So again, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and like. And I enjoy putting out these podcasts because I want to help you live your best life, okay? So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.